Oplan Eleksyon, the senatorial interviews.
Gawin na rin nating
Sa kanyang pag-aaral sa Philippine Military, napili bilang first captain o baron si Samuel Pagdilaw, katumbas ng pagiging batch president. Matapos nito'y nag-aral naman siya ng abogacya sa University of Santo Tomas noong 1979 at kumuha pa ng Masters in Public Administration noong 1995. Sa loob ng mahigit 34 na taon, inilaan niya ang kanyang panahon sa pulisya. Mula second lieutenant noong 1979, nakamit niya ang posisyon bilang police director noong 2011. 2013, pinasok niya ang politika bilang kinatawan ng Anti-Crime and Terrorism Community Involvement and Support o ACTSIS party list. Matapos ang isang termino bilang kongresista, nais naman niya ngayong maging senador. Ang kanyang plataforma, puksain ang korupsyon at panatilihin ang kaayusan sa lipunan. Tumatakbo siya bilang independent sa ilalim ng Team Galing at Puso ng Tambalang Po Escudero.
At ang sasala ngayon sa ating Oplan election na senatorial interviews ay si dating CIDG Director at incumbent ACT-CIS Representative sa Kongreso Samuel Pagdilaw ng Team Galing at Puso. Magandang umaga, sir.
Magandang umaga sa iyo at sa lahat ng mga tagapanood ng iyong programa. Good morning.
Yeah, ayon sa inyong CV, nabigyan kayong parangal dati for your innovations bilang isang opisyal ng Philippine National Police. Can you give us one of those innovations? Ano po yung mga innovations na to?
Well, on top of this, ay yung pong paggamit ng mga civilian components para madagdagan ang magiging serbisyo at mapabuti pa ang serbisyo ng Philippine National Police, especially yung CIDG.
Civilian components.
That's right.
Bakit po innovation yun? Di ba matagal nang ginagawa?
Yes, pero para sa isang unit, kamukha ng CIDG, para makapag-organisa ka ng almost 200,000 na volunteers throughout the country. At siyempre, noong panahon na yon na ang pagtingin sa pulis, alam mo naman, di ba, mababa, lalong-lalo sa pagtiwala ng ating mamayan. Kaya po, nagulat sila, lalong-lalo na, yung nag-oorganisa ng The Outstanding Filipinos sapagkat ako po'y ginawaran bilang one of the 3 outstanding Filipinos in the year 2012 dahil po doon sa pagsagawa ng ganong kagulat-gulat na organization ng civilians na tumulong naman sa PNP. Kaya po na ako sa CIDG, I only have 1,200 personnel under me, spread throughout the country. Pero dahil po sa mga civilian volunteers, napakaganda po ang naging serbisyo. Marami po kami mga kasong na-resolve. So out of, I think we have 97% batting average insofar as the solution of cases.
Okay, para lang sa kaalaman ng mga viewers, yung CIDG stands for Criminal
Yes, Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. That is the premier investigative arm of the Philippine National Police.
Okay, so mas matagal kayo sa PNP. Pero since 2013, nasa Kongreso kayo bilang party list representative ng ACT-CIS,
Yes.
And which represents, it's related din sa mga police, no?
Not only police, ang ibig sabihin ng ACT-CIS, anti-crime and terrorism through community involvement and support. So meaning, yun pong advokasya namin to get the community involved in promoting peace and order, fighting criminality, drugs, and terrorism, ay isa po sa pangunahing advokasya. So ang isa naman, yung anti-crime and terrorism, basically that's the job of law enforcement. So we're trying to get these two together, to work together so that we can really improve our ability to promote peace and order and maintain peace and order throughout the country.
Okay, napaka-importanting mission yan. Pero wala kaming napansing na isabata sa inyong mga resolusyon. Maliban lang po sa mga resolusyon nyo na pumupuri kay Manny Pacquiao at kay Pia Wurtzbach. So bakit naman kayo dapat iboto bilang senador?
Well, yung pong mga panukalang batas ay hindi pa talaga umabot sa pagiging batas, sapagkat alam mo naman sa Kongreso. Kaya siguro isa yan sa mga dahilan kung bakit tayo umaangkat at gustong tumaas. Because alam niyo naman, ang Kongreso, you have to be fighting it out with congressmen na merong as priority, as matter of priority, yung mga parochial interest. Sapagkat ang peace and order is something that is national in scope and it is applicable to everybody. So, yun namang mga panukalang batas natin ay nararapat rin na magkaroon ng versyon sa Senado para ito ganap na magiging batas. Alam mo naman, ang paggagawa ng batas, kinakailangang version sa baba at ganoon din sa taas. So in short, if we have these initiatives coming from both houses, the chances of getting these initiatives into law is greater. Magaganda po ang panukalang batas. Like for instance, getting the community involved through incentives, providing our community members free access to education or scholarships, access to hospitalization and medicine. Ganon din po yung mga livelihood programs. Napakaganda po ito, magbibigay ng incentive para tumulong sila sapagkat kung gobyerno lang, talagang kulang po ang magagawa. Yung pong modernization ng Philippine National Police at yung iba pang mga ahensya ng pamahalaan na lumalaban sa krimen, droga at terorismo, kinakailangan rin po ma-modernize natin yan so that they can cope up with the challenges of the times, especially as we see that yung mga criminality nagiging mas violente and they're using more sophisticated weapons. So kinakailangan po natin at marami pa po tayong itinulak. Like for instance, mas maraming korte, especially yung pong magta-try ng mga drug cases. 60% to 70% of cases or pending cases in our courts of law are mostly drug cases. Yung po mga naka-detain ngayon are mostly detained for various drug offenses.
So nabanggit niyo yung rising criminality. Ano ba yung pagkukulang ng ating police? Dahil doon nga kayo galing, mahaba yung career niyo bilang PNP. But you've been an occasional critic of the PNP.
Yes, of course. Because especially kung galing ka sa loob at naranasan mo yan sa loob ng 38 years na panunungkulan, alam mo kung anong kakulangan. And this kakulangan, itong mga gaps na ito, can be filled in by legislation.
Like what?
So, yun nga, kung police lang, and I cannot say that the police is not doing anything. Talaga pong sobrang nang ginagawa ng police. But they need a very important element to a successful campaign against criminality, which is community involvement. So, ay batas na magbibigay ng incentives to get our communities involved. And then, of course, aside from yung mga incentives, we need to make them feel that they're protected and secure. That's why we need to change our witness protection program so that more protection and support can be felt by those who want to stand as witnesses, to help in the successful prosecution of cases.
Well, ako, siyempre, lahat naman tayo may experience o may observation sa police. Ako mismo, nakatira kasi ako sa Manila, Napansin ko, wala masyadong police presence. Maynila na yon, kahit doon mismo sa Baywalk, na napaka-visible na tourism area, hindi ba dapat may mga foot patrol na mga police tulad na nakikita natin sa ibang bansa? Parang wala kaming nakikitang doon sa mga kapitbahay ko. Wala kami nakikita ng mga rumoronda ng mga pulis.
Yeah. Alam mo, Howie, galing ako sa serbisyo, yung police presence is number 1 sa deployment ng Philippine National Police. Pero sa laki ng Pilipinas, sa laki ng mga areas natin, at sa kakulangan ng mga pulis, kinakailangan natin dagdagan. That's why doon sa modernization program, needs to upgrade yung mga pulis natin by way of strengthening their strength, meaning yung dami ng pulis. Ang police to population ratio natin is way below the ideal.
So we have too few police. So yun ang kailangan idagdagan.
Kaya nga, kung hindi talaga natin kaya by way of providing funds para magkaroon tayo ng maraming police, we have to get the community involved. Kasi kung ang community mismo ang police, following the principle and philosophy that the police is the community and the community is the police, therefore we can get everybody helping. They will become eyes and ears. So you can imagine if our citizens will help. Sila yung mga mata, sila rin yung mga tenga. So lahat pong ng mga suspicious movements or personalities in the community, in the barangay, mapupunan nila. Yun, napakalaking bagay po yan.
Okay, minsan nasabi niyo sa isang interview na pwedeng tanggalin yung mga gay, mga baklang pulis.
Wala ho akong sinabing ganun.
Wala kayong sinabing ganun? Okay.
Yeah, in fact...
So what do you think about sexual orientation pagdating sa pagiging isang pulis?
Well, ang pulis po, regardless of sex, diba, or whatever orientation, faith, and creed, pwede hong sumama sa pulis. But when you join the police, ibig lang sabihin, you have to conform to the standard of at yung norm that they do. So for instance, ang example nito, pag magmarcha ka, hindi ka pwede yung pag-iwang-giwang, di ba? I mean, you have to march in the way that the police march. No?
So it does
example
not
lang
matter
yan.
kung
Yes.
gay or lesbian.
Right, oo.
Basta marunong magmarcha and
No,
you
hindi lang
conform,
marunong.
you
Oo.
conform to the standards.
Huwag naman yung marunong na magmarcha. No? Ibig sabihin, you have to conform with the standard and norm of the organization. What you do in your own room is something that the police doesn't mind. Ano? Ibig sabihin, may mga equality naman, rights, we subscribe to that.
Okay,
Kaya
kung
lang-
kayo'y mahalal, no? Ay, susuportan niyo ba halimbawa isang bill that would legalize same-sex marriage?
No, I
No.
do not. Yes, for first it's against the law and against higher moral law, no? Kasi lahat naman ng batas natin.
No, but
usually-
it's against the law now. But
Yeah,
yun nga, as a
yes.
legislator, you can change the
Yeah,
law.
but that's why I'm referring to higher moral law, no? Because ang mga batas naman natin ay base yan sa Bible, sa Quran, something like that, and based also on natural law, no? Sapagkat the purpose of marriage is procreation and to give certain rights and status to the offspring. Ngayon, yung union, pwede, no? Pwede yung union, but not marriage. Ibig sabihin, pagka magkaroon ng same-sex union, that will define the rights, no? Like property rights, magsama kayo, di ba? But yung ano ba yung mga, what will the property regime that will govern your union? Parang walang problema. So pwede yun. But the marriage is something that I'm not prepared to support.
Okay, anong unang panukala na inyong ihahain kapag kayo nanalo?
Well, first is I'm going to support the reimposition of death penalty,
Death
for
penalty?
foreigners who bring in drugs into our country.
Only for foreigners who bring in
For a
drugs?
first measure, yes.
But how about Filipinos? Any death penalty offenses?
No, for now,
For foreigners muna?
yes, as a first measure. Why? Because we need to defend our country, against those who will destroy the future of our country, especially by introducing drugs. Alam mo naman, ang nag-i-introduce dito, yung mga banyaga, no? Lahat na napaghuli namin nung panahon ko, pati ngayon, mga banyaga. And they are in their country, using also the principle, international principle of reciprocity. We need to introduce that to govern, to cover the same punishment that they do to our citizens.
May mga tanong pa sana ako pero tapos na po yung ating panahon. Maraming salamat
Oo,
po,
napakaikli.
Samuel Pagdilaw, isang kandidato sa pagka-senador.